Welcome once again to another video. If you're watching the whole video and not just the clips of some of the things that people said, because there are shorter clips I'm aware of. Thank you for joining us. I think at this moment Joanna wants me to say please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because that's what you're meant to do. I will say, just this is my own protest, I don't want you to like the video if you didn't like the video. Okay? Don't do that. What we're going to be working on today is a period piece that I've written. Again, I mean, this is one where I'm not really sure if I'm going to pursue it getting made, because it's a lot of work to pursue multiple things. But I think I just wanted to kind of flex some muscles in this direction, because these things are always popular and some of them are even quite well written and acted. So this is my take on it. Men are for cutting wood. So it's not the kind of title that you would see from things of that time, but the style is there, I think. So welcome again to my guests who are going to go through this workshop. Men are for cutting wood. A period tale set in the late 1790s in semi-rural England. A fear of revolutionary ideas has blown over from France, and young Lily Portalbloom is enlightened, reading as she does the musings of Voltaire and the tales of Napoleon. But her traditional widowed mother is at her wit's end. Now, this scene is 3 parts. We have Harold, who will appear towards the end. The bulk of it, though, is between Mother and Lily. So again, like, we may do a kind of switcheroo here, because you might. So if you're picking one now, you don't need to go, oh no, I regret that. So you'll get another. Okay, so who wants to be Mother first of all?
Don't mind.
Don't mind.
Okay, that means in my language, don't care. So you're going to be Mother.
Sure.
And you're going to be Lily.
Lily, yeah.
Now, Mother is very flouncy.
Okay.
So it's everything's oh, it's very dramatic all the time. And Lily isn't much better, but she does it in a sort of youthful way that she thinks is clever and enlightened, but really we all become our mothers, don't we? You know, it's like that's the thing, isn't it? So Mother yeah, see?
Okay.
It's a lot of sighing, loud sighing.
Loud sign.
Loud time.
Because life has been hard. She's probably only 35, she's about to die, you know, this is what it's like back then. Lily.
Lily.
Yes, that's it. Very youthful.
Yeah.
She's probably only 15.
Whoa. Yeah.
You had to get on with things back then because there's no time. Disease around the corner. Harold, we're doing the classic thing here, where first half of the thing, Lily doesn't like Harold, but turns out he's not so bad, because she'll meet other men who are worse, and be like, oh, by comparison, he's all right. You've got to find a husband. There's no. This is like 1790s.
Yeah,
this is
back,
not.
back then.
This is not.
Sort of he'll do situation.
Yeah. People still live that way.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go for it, and don't hold back. There's a real kind of pace to it. There is a pace, because they're having an argument in a small room. Because all the houses are small, even if you're quite well off, there's no, bang me head, all the time. It's like you're just on top of one another. This is why, like, she runs away
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And remember to sigh and go.
Come, my young lilykins. Winter is beginning to pierce my old bones, and we've not enough firewood for the season.
Firewood, more firewood. Were it your choosing, I'd be nothing but a chopped stress with bloody knuckles and an aching back.
Were it my choice, young lady, you'd be married come springtide.
Oh, mother, again with this madness. I am in no need of a man. What use are they?
There would be no less chopping. There would be less chopping required by to be. No, I'm just gonna.
Got to get the chopping right.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah,
it's
that's
in the
important.
title.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. I don't want to mess that up.
We'll go from there. No, we'll go from Oh Mother. Help her out. Help her out.
Thank you.
Oh Mother.
Oh, mother, again with this madness. I am in no need of a man. What use are they?
There would be less wood chopping required by you, to be sure. If your father were here.
There. He would grieve to see you weep over him.
I should trade his grief for mine gladly. How these past few years have punished an old woman, and to think her only daughter, her beautiful daughter, could lead her from this
Penury.
penury. If only she would think of others.
What a frightful thing to say. I should not marry merely for firewood.
Then how say you for income? Your father's pension is soon to be exhausted, and what will we do then? Do your precious books have anything to say on the matter?
They tell me that the old ways are dying and I need no man to survive on my own.
Woe and twice woe! You need a firm male hand like your father's, and that's the end of the matter.
No, mummy, never!
Lily jogs to the door and bounds outside, clutching her book. She is accosted by Harold, a potential suitor whom she greatly dislikes.
My, what a fuss. Running with books now?
Oh, why, is it your business, Harold Devonish?
I understood books were for reading. How is your mother?
Much grieved over the loss of my father, I should say.
But it has been more than 3 years, has it not?
More than 2, and his loss is still deeply felt.
Understand, dear lady, I sought not to diminish his memory or your pain. You know how fondly I think of you.
Oh, when will I find peace?
Lily jogs away again.
But where are you going, Lily? 'Twill be dark soon, and very cold for a woman.
Double meaning there. Okay.
I felt quite lightheaded, I won't lie to you,
Yeah.
doing that. Yeah.
The
I
sign.
think,
Me
I
too.
wasn't taking enough breath in.
Quite a lot of hyperventilating. Yeah.
So that's, if I was to do that, I think I would
I think
practice the breathing.
take more in through your nose.
Mm-hmm.
You could sigh a little bit less.
Yeah.
I quite like the pace, but one of the problems was like you didn't. This has been written with some care, and like you sort of got it a bit wrong in parts.
Yeah.
So if you can do it like that, like the pace that you had, I liked, but like get the words right, yeah,
Yeah.
because it is important. Yeah. So also, it's subtle, but there is a little bit of comedy in there. So you can maybe this can save your breath slightly. You can just add a little bit of a It's like she's a slightly comical character.
Okay.
Now, when we get to the outside, we can slow down.
Oh, okay.
So just a little bit, because it did seem like, oh, we're at the same pace as that. He wasn't in the room, so he doesn't know what that was like. So he's a bit like, oh, what's going on here? And I maybe could have put this in there, but like when he says, "How is your mother?" it's because he like hears her go, "Whoa!" like from
Right.
inside, because like the windows
heard
are
a
open,
commotion.
and it's like,
Right.
"How is your mother?" "How is your mother?" So you can tone that part down. We'll do it one more time, and we'll keep the rolls, but we might switch. Just if you're feeling lightheaded, slow it down. but really try not to.
Okay.
I think you'll be all right because it doesn't last that long.
No, yeah. Yeah, I'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be fine.
And go.
Come, my lilykins. Winter is beginning to pierce my old bones, and we've not enough firewood for this season.
Firewood, more firewood. Were it your choosing, I'd be nothing but a chopped stress with bloodied knuckles and an aching back.
Were it my choice, young lady, you'd been married come springtide.
Oh, mother, again with this madness. I am in no need of a man. What use are they?
There would be less wood chopping required by you, to be sure. If only your father were here.
Oh, there. He would grieve to see you weeping over him.
I should trade his grief for mine gladly. How these past few years have punished an old woman. And to think her only daughter, her beautiful daughter, could lead her from this penury. If only she would think of others.
What a frightful thing to say. I should not marry merely for firewood.
Then how say you for income? Your father's pension is soon to be exhausted, and what will we do then? Do your precious books have anything to say on the matter?
They tell me that the old ways are dying, and I need no man to survive on my own.
Woe and twice woe! You need a firm male hand like your father's, and that's the end of the matter.
No, mummy, never!
Lily jogs to the door and bounds outside, clutching her book. She is accosted by Harold, a potential suitor whom she greatly dislikes.
My, what a fuss! Running with books now?
And why is it your business, Harold Devonish?
I understood books were for reading. How is your mother?
Much grieved over the loss of my father, I should say.
But it has been more than 3 years, has it not?
More than 2, and his loss is still deeply felt.
Understand, dear lady, I sought not to diminish his memory or your pain. You know how fondly I think of you.
Oh, when will I find peace?
Lily jogs away again.
But where are you going, Lily? 'Twill be dark soon, and very cold for a woman.
Double meaning. Right, it was different. Were you all right?
Yeah, breath-wise, I was much better, yeah. Thank you.
It was a little bit slower, but I think that you got the words better. So it's like trade-off, isn't it? It's like we can do it quick and get the words wrong, or we can do it slow and get them right. Of the two, I probably prefer the second, but I would like both of them to be good. So we will swap now. One of the things you did is you kept saying chopstress. Chopstress.
Okay.
Chopstress. So
Chopstress,
so you've
that's
got to
on
get
me
that
now.
right. Penury.
Penury.
She got
I
it. She
paused.
got it wrong again.
Did I get it wrong again?
Yeah, you
Oh.
went penury.
Oh, God. That's embarrassing. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Penury.
Penury.
You know the word, do you?
Yep.
Did you hear it before today?
Yes, I did.
What is a penury?
Yeah, I don't actually know what this is.
No, it's living in penury. It's like destitution.
Ah,
Poverty.
okay. Got to go.
Right, okay.
It's like we are skint. We're like
Okay.
really skint. What would be good? I mean, just for variety, because you're playing Harold sort of very straight. You know, he's like, you know,
Sort of a
Just a-
Mr. Darcy-ish kind of blank space.
yeah. But even less maybe. So if we could get like a cad.
Okay. Something a bit more roguish.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Roguish, rakish, flakish, and just a hint of
Yeah.
because this is early in the tale, so we have to, as viewers, we would say, oh, Lily's right. He is a bit, but then he'll like save her on a horse or something, and then it will be, oh, he's all right really. People love. Bad guy turns good.
Yes, yeah. Lovable rogue.
Right.
Yeah. If you're a good guy all the way along, people don't care. They're like, nah, boring. But if you're like a bad guy, and then you do something good, people are like, oh yeah. It's one of the things about people. They really They really are like that. So, Mother, you've seen
Mother?
what she did.
Yeah.
Take the best of what she did, enhance it, vice versa.
Yeah.
Lily,
Lily.
Lily,
Lily.
Lily. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Now, pace and the words. If you can do that. Yeah?
Yeah.
Go.
Come, my young lilykins, winter is beginning to pierce my old bones, and we've not enough firewood for the season.
Firewood, more firewood. Were it your choosing, I'd be nothing but a chopstress with bloodied knuckles and an aching back.
Were it my choice, young lady, you'd be married come springtide.
Oh, mother, again with this madness. I am in no need of a man. What use are they?
There would be less wood chopping required by you, to be sure. If only your father were here.
There. He would grieve to see you weeping over him.
I should trade his grief for mine gladly. How these past few years have punished an old woman. And to think her only daughter, her beautiful daughter, could lead her from this penury, if only she would think of others.
What a frightful thing to say! I should not marry merely for firewood.
Then how say you for income? Your father's pension soon to be exhausted, and what will we do then? Do your precious books have anything to say on the matter?
They tell me that the old ways are dying and I need no man to survive on my own.
Woe and twice woe! You need a firm male hand like your father's, and that's the end of the matter.
No, mummy, never.
Lily jogs to the door and bounds outside, clutching her book. She is accosted by Harold, a potential suitor whom she greatly dislikes.
My, what a fuss. Running with books now?
And why is it your business, Harold Devonish?
Well, I understood books were for reading. How was your mother?
Much grieved over the loss of my father, I should say.
But it has been more than 3 years, has it not?
More than 2, and his loss is still deeply felt.
Understand, dear lady, I sought not to diminish his memory or your pain. You know how fondly I think of you.
Oh, when will I find peace?
Lily jogs away again.
But where are you going, Lily? 'Twill be dark soon. And very cold for a woman!
Double meaning. She's a fast mover because you had to really shout there. I tell you what, that had a lot going for it. And I don't say that lightly. If we'd put you in the costumes, most productions would have accepted that. They'd have said, cut, and they'd have moved on. There was a lot that was good there. Yeah? Is there anything that you think you did badly?
I mean, I still messed up one of the words, I think.
Oh yeah,
Fumbled a little bit.
yeah,
Yes,
but
I'd say
I'm being forgiving
Okay.
on that for now. What I mean, performance-wise,
I was going to say I got chopstress right, I think.
you did get
Did I
that
get-
right.
yeah.
Yes, I noticed that. That
And
was
penury was right,
yeah.
so that was quite good.
That's
to have.
that probably vindicates the swap, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd have got it because I told you about those 2 words? If we'd not swapped, would you have got it right?
Well,
You-
I
you
knew
would've.
penury, but
I like to think I would, but who knows?
Yeah. What did you think about? Do you think that you were caddish enough?
I think I can turn up the caddishness. I think, like, that was my first swing at kind
Cad.
of trying to give it that swagger, that sort of smugness.
If we just for once don't do it all, we just do from Harold. Who do you want? You stay as Lily, so you just chill.
Yeah.
Evaluate maybe what they're doing, and go. And I would say we'll start with my narration and go hypercad.
Okay, hypercad.
Yeah, hypercad. Well, just to see what you do. We might go, oh no, I preferred what you did before. But I want to know, where are the limits? Where can we take this? Lily jogs to the door and bounds outside, clutching her book. She is accosted by Harold, a potential suitor whom she greatly dislikes.
My, what a farce! Running with books now.
And why is it your business, Harold Devonish?
Well, I understood books were for reading. How was your mother?
Much grieved over the loss of my father, I should say.
But it has been more than 3 years, has it not?
More than 2, and his loss is still deeply felt.
But understand, dear lady, I sought not to diminish his memory or your pain. You know how fondly I think of you.
Oh, when will I find peace?
But where are you going, Lily? 'Twill be dark soon, and very cold for a woman.
Yeah, double meaning. Yeah, okay. I mean, I think there's still room, because he could be almost, I mean, I would be imagining, if he was a proper bounder, if he was a real bounder, and we're not saying that he is, because, you know, he must have some virtue later on. I was thinking of it as a book. Could almost be a book rather than a... But if we were, you know, it's almost like he's not, like she bumps into him, he just doesn't even like bother really looking at her. Like he's maybe flicking a coin or something, or straightening his hat, you know, that kind of... Just not
As if
even,
she's not even there.
yeah, my, what are you doing, you know, all of that. He could be really sort of divorced from the situation.
I suppose, sorry, I just had a thought. Maybe with, you know how fondly I think of you, that could almost be like a sarcastic comment. Maybe.
You know how fondly I think of you.
Yeah.
And it's sort of delivered in a way like, oh,
It's quite
I-
slimy.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know how fondly I think of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
We just do it. If I do,
Yeah, you do
because
the
then, because you know, maybe I'm not explaining it right, but Lily, I'll do Harold this time.
Would you like to
Lily-
do the stage direction for you?
No, I can do it. Lily jogs to the door and bounds outside, clutching her book. She is accosted by Harold, the potential suitor whom she greatly dislikes. My, what a fuss. Running with books now.
And why is it your business, Harold Devonish?
I understood books were for reading. How is your mother?
Much grieved over the loss of my father, I should say.
But it has been more than 3 years, has it not?
More than 2, and his loss is still deeply felt.
Understand, dear lady, I sought not to diminish his memory or your pain. You know how fondly I think of you.
When will I find peace?
Lily jogs away again. But where are you going, Lily? 'Twill be dark soon, and very cold for a woman. See?
Yeah, so kind of Mr. Darcy by way of Noel Coward.
Well, I feel that he's a lot more alluring,
Sure.
because, you know, oh, he's a bit of a bastard.
Hmm.
People will be like, is he a villain? No. There are no villains. If there's a villain, it's the way that people think about their roles in this society. It's about, you know, I'm learning all of these things in my books. That's fine. But you will die if you have no income. Do you want to die? And that's, I think, you know, it's almost an eternal message. If you were to look at many great plays and films, Do You Want to Die runs through so many of them. Do you want to die?
Are you asking me?
Well, not in real life, not now. Yeah, but
Hamlet.
well, I know the answer. Well, I think I do. I hope I do.
Well, it's a basic human imperative, isn't it? I don't want to die.
Yeah.
But I guess not everyone feels that. Maybe the villain doesn't feel that way, right? Is that? I'm sorry.
I think that's really, so the theme,
I mean, if you take sort of mental health into it, some people would.
yeah,
But yeah, I get.
at the end of the day, I can read all the books I like,
But you still
but
need to.
I still need to eat,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and I don't want to die.
great.
And that's where she's going to end up. She can know all of these things, but whether Harold is a villain or not, provided he's less villainous than others, she'll need him or she'll die. It's harsh. It's very harsh. But these are the themes that, keep coming up, like I said. So, I don't want to... There's a comical edge to it all as well, but, if you really want to sort of dig into messages here, I think that's kind of what we're covering. Okay, so that's one that I might take a bit further. I don't know. That's not one that I've really considered for financing. But if you liked it,